Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Philosophy. I hope you guys have had a great holiday season, had a really good Christmas or whatever you celebrate. If you're excited for the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's jump into the numbers. To recap from November 2022, my net worth at the end of that month was $125,504. The equity that I currently have in the condo that I own is $49,535. This is up from the previous month of $442. My DCPP, or Defined Contribution Pension Plan, sits at $3,266. This is a decrease from November of $156. Next up is my RRSP, or my Registered Retirement Savings Plan, and that sits at a balance of $44,641. That is a decrease from November of $2,138. My TFSA sits at a balance of $27,062. And that is also a decrease from the previous month of $386. My vehicle is still valued at $5,000, although I am hoping I can get a little bit more than that. I will be selling it within the next month or two because I am moving abroad. My line of credit sits at a balance of $6,076. That is an increase from the previous month of $2,161. So I did make a payment on my line of credit in November of $2,000. I am going to be paying off that line of credit in January when I have a chunk of my TFSA money maturing in a GIC. So it will be nice to have that wiped off and not have any outstanding debt going forward except for my mortgage. That brings our grand total net worth for December 2022 to $123,428. That's a decrease from the previous month of $2,075. We're also going to discuss what I'm going to be doing with my condo because I finally made a decision. So in the last video where I talked about what I'm going to be doing with my condo, I mentioned that I was probably going to sell it. I had my realtor come by and take a look. She said I could probably get around $230,000. I purchased this property 2 years ago for $200,000, so it has gone up a little bit in value. A few of you had made comments in that last video about potentially keeping it as a rental property because right now it's pretty hard to get into the housing market with interest rates climbing quite a bit, and a lot of the prices, as you can see, have actually gone up in the last couple of years. So I went back and forth. I really had a big think about it. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. It's a lot easier for me to sell the place because then I have no ties to this city and I don't have to worry about anything happening with tenants or dealing with a property manager. So ultimately, I did decide to list it as a rental property. I put it up, I don't know, how long ago was that? I put it up about 2 weeks ago now, and I put it up for a little bit more than I thought I could get for it. I put it up so that it could be rented like months away. I really wasn't sure what was going to happen. The rental market in my city in Calgary is quite hot right now. It's quite expensive to rent a place. So I put it up for about $2,000 a month. And within the first 3 days, I had a few people reach out. There was one person who reached out who had really good communication skills, like she could write really well, like her responses to me, the back and forth and everything. And when they came by, they honestly seemed like the perfect couple, the perfect type of people that I want to take care of our property while we're gone. So we had a nice discussion. They ended up applying for the place and getting it. The next step is for us to meet and just sign the lease. So as of right now, I will be renting out my place, and hopefully for 2 to 3 years. That is the timeline that this couple is actually looking for. They don't have any pets, and I think they're going to take really good care of the place. So I can't believe it, but the very first showing, the very first person who reached out about that rental is going to be my tenant, which is kind of insane. I mean, I don't know. I know some of you guys have had rental properties in the past and you've had not the best situation or not the best experience with your tenants. So I'm kind of surprised that pretty much what I envisioned as like the perfect tenant is the first person who applied and the first person who actually saw it. I didn't even end up showing it to anybody else because they wanted to move forward so quickly. And yeah, so I'm pretty stoked about that. My spouse's dad mainly is retired right now, but he has offered to take care of the place while I'm gone to do a few like small handy things. There's not really a ton of stuff in my condo that I'm worried about. I have replaced a few of the items and done a lot of the fixing up myself, but I'm not too concerned. I know it's going to be a little bit difficult from abroad dealing with some of this stuff, but the amount that I'm charging for rent in comparison to what this place actually costs me, I believe is going to be enough to cover any kind of maintenance issues or any small things that pop up here and there. Okay, so if you've been following my channel or if you've been watching these net worth update videos, most of the time I do talk about New Zealand in these. It's really been the main thing going on in my life for the last 6 months or so, trying to plan to move to New Zealand. So within the last month, I have booked 2 more months of Airbnb stays in New Zealand. The first 3 months we're going to be in and around the Auckland area. And then the 4th month, we're going to be on the South Island, about a 20-minute drive out of Christchurch. So we're hoping by that time that we've been able to purchase a vehicle and pick a city where we want to settle down and hopefully rent out a flat. The nice thing about booking Airbnbs ahead of time is that basically the first 4 months of our trip, the accommodations are already paid for, already paid off. So we really only have to pay for things like food, transportation, entertainment. So I think it's going to feel a little bit more like a vacation for the first few months. And we're going to be getting there now at the end of February. So in the tail end of their summer, and I think it's just going to be absolutely gorgeous weather. The next video that's going to be going up after this one is going to be my 2023 financial goals and my 2022 financial wrap up. So definitely join me for that one, but thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next week.